everybody, welcome back to 𝘿𝐿𝐼𝐿. Today we're in a fight called the Moss and Slime featuring our Leafeon VMAX with the new Muk from Brilliant Stars. So Muk has the Sludge Street ability, allowing you to add the retreat cost of your opponent's Pokemon by 1 colorless cost if they are poisoned. So if their active Pokemon is poisoned, you get to add the retreat cost by 1. So how do we poison them? We have our Galarmine and the Poisonous Puddle ability. Garbodor allows you to poison your opponent's active Pokemon if you have a Stadium card in play. So we have 2 copies of Garbodor, 2 Trubbish, and also 3 copies of each Muk and Grimer. We have 2 Leafeon VMAX, 1 Leafeon VSTAR, and 3 copies of the basic Leafeon. We also have our Grading Cells to attach energy fast. We have our Capture Energy, 3 copies that will set up our bench fast. We have 4 copies of VIP Pass, 4 Quick Balls, and 1 Ultra Ball to help us get our evolution. So 3 Incense, 1 Ultra Ball, and also that card actually helps us discard and draw more cards with our Crobat. So we have 1 Lumineon, 1 Crobat V, 4 ways of getting our Crobat or Luminous Sign ability. So we also have 4 Galarmines in his deck, our regular supporter cards. We have 3 Bird Keepers for the switch just in case we get stuck with our Galarmine. We also have 3 Marnies, 3 Research, 1 Shauna for the draw support, and 1 extra Pokemon Breeders Nurturing to evolve fast. We have 1 Raihan, 1 Boss Order, and also 1 Leafeon V-Star to help us catch our opponent's bench Pokemon. IV-Star, very strong ability. Finally, we have 1 Manaphy and 1 Rod to help us shuffle back any cards that we need just in case we research at the wrong time, or if they knock out our bench Garbodor, we only have 2 copies to spare. So we need a Rod for Garbodor because we need to keep poisoning our opponent's active Pokemon. If they are not poisoned, we don't get to activate Muk's ability. We can't actually add retreat cost to our opponent's active Pokemon if they are not poisoned. So we're trying to do a one-hit knockout with our Leafeon VMAX against any VMAX or V-Star decks. If they have 2 energy retreat costs, we get to add up to 6 retreat costs. With our Sludge Street 2 copies, 1 poison ability, and also 1 Galarmine, we actually get to add up to 6 energy retreat costs to our opponent's active, doing 360 damage with Grass Knot. One-hit knockout for any VMAX, but if they have an Air Balloon attached or any hiding energy, anything to reduce their retreat cost like a Tower of Waters, we can't actually do it. Tower of Waters is not that bad though because we have our Stadium card. We can easily remove the Tower of Waters effect with our Galarmine, but if they have Air Balloon, we need Tool Jammer to be able to remove that effect. So I would actually recommend having a few copies of Tool Jammer in this deck, maybe 1 or 2, but I actually prefer to have a Turbo setup as usual. I prefer having 4 VIP Pass and all of those item cards to set up fast because we actually need to evolve a lot of our Pokemon. We are playing 3 different stage 2 cards. We need to evolve our VMAX, Muk, and Garbodor. We may even need to bring out our V-Star card just in case we want to use his ability. Also, we need to think about setting up the next Leafeon to attack. It may be a V-Star, it may be a VMAX, but we need a lot of energies to be able to pull off another attack after the first one gets knocked out. Raihan actually helps you get a Galarmine or another evolution or any cards that you need at the moment. So that's all for the deck list. Let's wait for gameplay. So let's go ahead for our first one. They have a Fighting deck box and a Dragonite coin. We got a Darkness deck box for our Poison support. So we have our Muk Poison type and Garbodor Poison type support ability, and Exeggutor for our Leafeon VMAX, Grass type main attacker. So they're playing Mimikyu VMAX. It's a decoy deck box. Mimikyu VMAX with the ominous number attack, doing placing 13 damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. If you played Acerola, that supporter card on your turn. If you don't get a supporter card though, I suppose that's why they're playing Drizzile. Shady Dealings to get a supporter card, and then Inteleon actually works really well for your Mimikyu VMAX, but I quite hate the Inteleon tag as you guys probably already know. Inteleon works for anything. Inteleon to place damage counters work for anything, and it works especially well for your Mimikyu, Acerola's Mimikyu, just because it places even more damage counters with the attack as well. Okay, it would have been smarter for us not to bench that many 1 prize, giving them extra prizes to knock out. So it would have been smarter for us to prepare a second Leafeon instead of more benching so many Muks and Trubbish. That's actually not smart because we're giving them on the silver platter so many Pokemon to knock out on the bench. Free 1 prize. We're giving them free 1 prize. And they already attached an Air Balloon. That means we can't actually use Galarmine. We can't do Grass Knot for a 1-hit knockout. So it's smarter to just, you know, from the get-go, don't bench your Muk, don't bench your Trubbish. It's better to put 1 Leafeon on the bench and 1 in the active, and that's it. And then prepare to evolve into the V-Star and the VMAX to do your, you know, get your experience share fast. And then Lumineon for a Raihan at the last minute. We actually have 2 copies of experience share for this list. So this is the early list, the early version. As usual, I update the list as the game progresses. So this list actually has 2 experience share instead of 1 Raihan. And we also should be thinking of charging up the next Leafeon fast and then attacking with either Leaf Guard or Max Leaf. Because if we attack with Grass Knot, we can't actually do the knockout that easily. An Air Balloon means they are down to -1 retreat cost now. And if we have 3 Muks, we have only 3 Muks in this deck. if we have the max number of mucks on our bench and a Galarmine, that's only adding up to 4 energy retreat costs with 5 additional colorless plus. So that means they have a max of 4 energy retreat costs with our strategy. If we pull off the strategy, we can do Grass Knot for 240 damage max against the Mimikyu, which is not enough to knock it out with one hit. So it's better to just do Max Leaf and Leaf Guard, and they already got the first knockout, which is horrible. Ominous numbers. They got the Drizzle already for the Isurula. So this is looking really bad for us. Going first with the Mimikyu is always perfect, because you get to evolve on your second turn and already get your Isurula on the first on your first attack, attacking with your shady dealings. Because if you go second, you can't actually get Isurula that easily. If you go second, you can't attack. You actually need to evolve. So going first is ideal. If you need to evolve for any of your attackers, it's better to go first, obviously. So my bad. They can't actually use Isurula to attack if they go second. Okay, we got our research. We are forced to use... We could actually do a Lumineon. I think we should be discarding something. Let's just discard... Oh, we actually got a Crobat. Okay. We should be thinking really carefully though what we want to be, you know, benching. Oh, I think the reason for that is because we need to evolve. We need to evolve a lot of our Pokemons to avoid the one-hit knockout. If they remain as the basic, we're gonna give them, you know, 1 prizes, extra 1 prize too easily. And we don't want to give them that. So we have to evolve everything. That means we need to play a Crobat and a research. Okay, let's evolve the Muck and then get the V-Star later with the Ultra Ball. We're gonna do the VMAX for Max Leaf. The VMAX survive a bit longer. Because they're placing damage counter, the V-Star is not gonna help out. We actually got the V-Star though. Leaf Guard, I don't think they're damaging our Pokemon. But I think we're trying to kill off the Inteleon. I'm not sure what we're trying to do here. We should be damaging the Mimikyu though. If they play Cheryl and a double turbo the next turn, I don't know what to say. Like, we can't do a one-hit knockout. We need to somehow jam them from that tool card. And we don't have a tool jammer in this deck, so that's why I say that card is kind of important. Tool jammer versus air balloon. So annoying, isn't it? Okay. So we got our Galarmine for the next turn. We haven't evolved the Grimer, so that's super bad. It's kind of the same though, 70 HP for Grimer and 70 HP remaining for the Muck. So whichever one they knock out, let's hope they target the Muck. If they kill the Grimer, they're gonna get extra 1 prize, which is gonna be super bad. We should definitely have evolved the Muck instead of the V-Star. I don't know why I got the V-Star. We got an Ultra Ball for the next turn. So that Grimer is just sitting on the bench. That's quite stupid. We got the Incense for a Muck, but we just decided not to evolve it for some reason. I think it was just nerves, I suppose. Because when you're playing the game, you can't actually consider everything. It's impossible to take into consideration all the different all the possible matrix of the game. There's so many different dimensions and so many factors to take into account. So they got another Isurula with the second shady dealings. They got the Rapidash for the VMAX. Oh my god, that's gonna be super bad. We got no heal cards for this deck, so they can actually do... I forgot the attack. What's it called again? Libra Horn. They can do Libra Horn on the VMAX and then collect the knockout with another ominous number, I suppose. Or even a Hoopa or something that does 100 damage. They just need 90 damage though, because they got Inteleon Quick Shoot. So if they got the Quick Shoot, they just need a Hoopa, but it needs a Darkness Energy though. So something to do like up to 80 damage, and then Quick Shoot to collect the knockout. So it's quite crazy, isn't it? Mimikyu with Rapidash, and with Shady Dealings to get your Acerola. Okay, here comes another level ball, and they got the shoe pad. Okay, they're trying to knock us out with the Beneath, I suppose. Beneath with, it could be the Devolution one though, Curse of Devolution, but I'm expecting the Single Strike one probably. Single Strike Beneath does 140 damage for 1 energy, but you have to place 7 damage counters on itself. So 140 is enough to knock it out if they play Libra Horn first. So they're trying to do Rapidash as usual, as expected, my bad. Okay, double turbo. They haven't got the double turbo, surprisingly. They're attaching Psychic Energy one at a time, Raihan probably. But double turbo is going to work so well because you don't actually need to worry about the damage reduction. You're doing 0 damage, you're placing damage counters with both those attack. Ominous Number, Libra Horn. You're not doing 20 less damage. You're not allowed to place 2 less damage counters, because double turbo doesn't work that way. Okay, another numbers. Fingers crossed they don't target the Grimer. If they kill the Grimer, we're done for. They actually scooped up the Inteleon. That means they get to either Shady Dealings twice, or pull off 1 Shady Dealings and 1 Quick Shoot on the next turn. Probably gonna do that, right? Shady Dealings for the Incense, and then they need to bench another Mimikyu though. Do they need another Mimikyu? I think so. And they targeted our Muck, so that's good news. That's really good news. We better be evolving the second Muck right now. I don't know why they didn't kill the Grimer. They should have definitely killed our Grimer. And they actually left like extra damage counters on it. We may have Scoop Up Nets though. If we pull out Scoop Up Net, we can actually erase the damage counters. So if you play Mimikyu, make sure you kill your opponent's Pokemon if you can. But I think they're trying to do a surprise knockout. If they do a surprise knockout, we may actually not expect them to win the game that fast. So a surprise knockout means they can actually Quick Shoot at the last minute to get the extra 2 prize on the bench. I think that's what they're trying to achieve. But it's very risky though. It's super risky because we may have Scoop Up Nets in our deck. It's not likely though, because Muck, I mean, we don't actually have space for that extra item card. You never know though, your opponent can actually play that card. Or a Cheryl to heal off your evolution. A Cheryl is not going to work for Leafeon though, because it needs at least 2 energies to attack. So they are actually having a really good matchup here. The perfect matchup, because we have no heal cards, we have no Scoop Up Net. They can actually place damage counters and expect them to stay in play. And we actually passed the turn again without evolving. That was so stupid. What's happening? We got an Ultra Ball in our hand. We did not evolve the Muck. Again. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like twice. I just passed that turn. Passed that Muck from evolving twice. Okay, they got Libra Horn right now. This is going to be super bad because they just need a VMAX knockout and then Inteleon Quick Shoot to kill off the 2 basic. To 2 bench, and then we're done. So that means they just need 2 hits. After this, they just need 1 more. So 1 Libra Horn and 1 Beneath. It's actually Bennett, my bad. It's pronounced Bennett. I just realized that recently. So Bennett to do 140 damage on the VMAX. And then Inteleon to kill off our bench for the extra 2 prize, collecting the final 5 prize cards in a single turn. Which is madness, isn't it? A multi-prize deck. Multi-prize though is not necessary. I would have done a Muck. I would have knocked out the Muck if I were playing their deck. Because you never know if your opponent is going to heal. Or if you can do a knockout, make sure you do that with your Dragapult and your, Mimikyu VMAX. Don't leave the damage counters in play too long. Especially if your opponent is playing a Lucky Ice Pop or anything that heals and scoop up, like Sharon's Care or something like that. Okay, they got one Inteleon. The next one could actually be coming into play on the next turn. So if they play like 2 quick shoots, we're done for. If they play 1 quick shoot, I think we may stand a chance, I don't know. And they just bench another Mimikyu, which is horrible. So this is looking really, really bad for us. If they play the second Mimikyu, if they do Ominous Number a 3rd time, with that shady dealings, and then if they do another quick shoot, I don't think we can survive. Because they got 3 extra damage counters with the Mimikyu. After knocking out the VMAX, that means they just need 1 final damage counter. 13, we got 130 HP for Muk. We got 120 HP for Garbodor. So they need actually an extra damage counter after the Ominous Number, fortunately. That means if we pull a Marnie right now, they may not get the quick shoot Inteleon that easily. They need the quick shoot to be able to knock out our Pokemon. We got IV Star left. That means if we kill off the Rapidash right now, we just need to IV Star a 1 prize and then target the 1 prize to kill it off. So our only hope is if they don't get the Inteleon back, we got a Marnie at just the right time. That's our best bet. Let's hope, fingers crossed, they can't search for the Inteleon. If they can pull out an Evolution Incense, if they got the Evolution, then we're done for. If they play Shady Dealings, if they got the Level Ball, they actually need Acerola. And that means, oh, that was stupid. I passed the turn having so many trainer cards in my hand. So they're probably going to play Acerola and they can actually draw out. So always prepare for Acerola. They can actually draw out a lot more cards with Acerola. They are Inteleon. If they draw with Acerola, we're done for. Because they can get the double turbo, the double evolution quite easily. We should have cut down our hand. We got our item cards though. We should have removed the boss. We got IV Star. We don't need the boss anymore. We could have just discard all 3 trainer cards and force them to draw only 1 with Acerola. So we did not have that foresight. I actually was preparing to concede, as you can see. I was preparing so frantically to concede already, but they actually did not get the Inteleon. So that was really close, but we made quite a few mistakes in this game. We benched too many basic Pokemons, too many 1 prize on the bench, and we actually did not evolve the Muk that early. And we also didn't discard our trainer cards in preparation for the Acerola draw. So they got 4 prize, but 10 HP remaining on the Muk. They couldn't pull off the quick shoot because they got no incense. So that was quite lucky. We got really lucky against a Mimikyu VMAX, winning with our boss order IV Star. We don't need the boss. We should have just discarded it. So that was quite scary. Because it was down to the wire. It's down to 1 prize card for both players. If they kill that Muk with 10 HP, with 10 damage, 1 damage counter is all they need, with a Zigzagoon even. So it's always scary that way. It's better not to give them that, you know, that close of a win. They actually got a really close loss right there. If we didn't pull off a Marnie, then it would be quite impossible for us to win. So thank God for the Marnie, but we definitely should have discarded trainer cards to prepare for the Acerola. Okay, let's focus on the game right now. So right now we have a VIP pass. Not sure what they're playing, so let's just do our default setup. Our default setup for 1 Leafeon and multiple copies of our Muk and Trubbish. Okay, discarding the energy for another Grimer. I actually prepared a Menifee, hoping they would play a Urshifu maybe. because Inteleon Urshifu is quite famous. I don't know why it's so popular though, because we already have Menifee out in Brilliant Stars, but people keep playing Urshifu for some reason. You don't know what they're playing though. So I don't know if it's wise to get the Menifee, but it may actually be quite difficult to pull it out. We only have one copy, so you never know what they're playing. Okay, they got 3 Sobbles. We're just gonna research here. I don't think... Oh, we can actually Lumineon for a Bird Keeper. Let's do that. We have no choice but to get... Oh my goodness, I got another... Okay. Okay. Oh, I don't have a Lumineon. So this list is a bit different. This is like the early version of my Moss and Slime deck. So that means we don't have a Lumineon for this list. We have only 1 Crobat and Quick Balls. 1 extra supporter card. I think we have 4 research for this one. Okay, it's a bit different, but you know, the best one, as I keep saying, is the final version. The one that I reviewed earlier in this video, that's the best version of this deck. It's already updated and is the final list. The one with 3 research, 1 Lumineon, 1 Crobat, because if they knock out any one of your VMAX, VSTAR, if they knock out any one of your Pokemons in play, you can actually bench the Lumineon. So we only have 2 copies of support abilities, support V cards to use the ability. If they play Path Peak, we have our Stadium cards. So the ability actually is super strong. And you can actually play it for your Raihan, you can Luminescine for Boss Order, you can get anything. So that's why Bird Keeper especially, so that's why Lumineon is so important for this deck. We have only 2 copies of Bird Keeper in this deck as well, so it's better to play 3 copies, just because you can actually get trapped with your own Galar Mine. If you can't attack, if you have, you know, the first active, if your Leafeon is not your first active, then you can actually attack without a Bird Keeper, unless they knock out your first Pokemon. So let's do Bird Keeper right now, and then kill off the Drizzile. If we do that though, Leafeon is gonna possibly die on the next turn. If they do Air Balloon, I don't think we can kill off the Ice Rider that easily. Ice Rider is gonna evolve, and if they have 2 retreat costs, we just need 2 Mucks. We need to pull off a lot of evolutions though, so let's evolve the first one right now. And we did a Bird Keeper, that means we can't actually get the other evolutions. So this is quite tricky, this deck is a bit tricky to play because you need to evolve so many things on your second turn, and it's quite difficult to pull off. So on the 3rd turn though, I think it's quite possible. I don't think it's that difficult to pull off a double evolution the next turn. We just have to pull off a research. If we do the research, we may have to discard everything though. I don't think it's smart, because we have no more Galar Mine for the next one. We have to actually bench another Leafeon and get the evolution at the same time. So it's quite a lot that we need to do. Let's hope we get double Muck with the Marnie. I don't think it's that easy though. They just use a Marnie on us. That's super bad. If they play a Marnie right now, we are gonna be in trouble. So what's gonna happen right now? Shady Dealings. Are they gonna do a research? Are they gonna do Melanie? I don't know what they're gonna do. I think they already played their supporter card. I have no idea. Scoop on that. Okay. Probably gonna play Marnie though. Like, Marnie is gonna totally destroy our hand. Oh well. It's gonna save those stadium cards though. We don't actually have to play research. Okay, they did not see. They actually kept the Marnie in their hand. I think they already played the supporter. A Melanie maybe. I don't know why they Shady Dealings for the Marnie though. So let's play the stadium card. Let's do a research. I think it's smarter to do a research right now, because we need so many things. We need our double evolution, and we need that extra Leafeon, the V card. If we don't bench that V card, we're done for. If we don't get a Quick Ball, we're so dead. Okay, we got a capture. We got 1 evolution, that's bad. So that means we can do 300 damage. Not quite enough. We need 10 more damage on it. We actually get to do 10 extra damage with our Poisonous Puddle. So poison actually means you get to do 310 damage with your Grass Knot, essentially. Because that's an additional 10 damage counter with your... Additional 1 damage counter, my bad, with your Poisonous Puddle. Okay, we got the Leafeon, we got the experience share, that's great. That means we can actually evolve into another VMAX. We don't need to evolve to the V-Star. And another VMAX means we can knock out the second Ice Rider. All we need is to research for another Muck. So that's why we're playing so many research in this deck, because it gives us a big draw to be able to evolve all of our Pokemons fast. We need to evolve so many things. Our main attacker is an evolution, our support Pokemons are both evolutions, and we need multiple copies of Muck in play. So there's a lot of evolving that you need to do for this deck. Every single turn, non-stop. And we need a Stadium card as well. If they play Avery though, we are completely screwed. Avery is going to completely reset your bench, and you need to somehow rot them back and bench them all over again in the same turn, on a single turn. Rot and Quick Ball is going to be quite impossible. That's why we have so many captures though. 3 capture, 4 balls, and 4 VIP pass. So VIP pass only works for the first turn. May not help. And they just discarded our experience share, which is horrible. So no more experience share, that's gonna be super bad. If they don't get the evolution though, they can't knock us out. So fingers crossed they don't get it. Okay, no evolution, no Ice Rider VMAX. That means we get to survive 1 turn for the active. So we just need to somehow get another Galar Mine. We got 1 last copy. We should be shuffling the deck with that capture. Oh, we can't shuffle because we can't search the deck. You're not allowed to search the deck if you don't have any more bench spots. So we got another experience share. We're just gonna attach the capture on the Leafeon, and then knock out the current V card with our Galar Mine. We got the last one, thank God. That's the last copy, but we don't need... I don't think we need another Leafeon though, because we just need to IV Star the last one. If we got the IV Star, we just need to experience share. Let's hope they don't pull off another Tool Scrapper. If they scrap again, we're so done. I don't think they have that many though. They're probably going to evolve into a Quick Shoot Inteleon instead of the Shady Dealings one. Okay, they just conceded because we just need to IV Star the VMAX and then Poison, and that's it. Poison actually gives us that final knockout, so we don't even need to use Leaf Guard. We don't even need to attach energies, because we already got the 2 prize. We got 2 prize this turn, and for the last prize we just need to boss order IV Star the VMAX and then knock it out with our Poisonous Puddle, and that's it. Unless they play like Flannery to discard the Stadium card. They need to discard the Stadium card. They can't play, you know, if they play Path to the Peak or any other Stadium cards, we can still use our Garbodor's ability. So it allows you to poison your opponent's active Pokemon as long as there is a Stadium card in play, no matter whose Stadium card it is. Whereas with Flygon, I think the old Flygon, I'm not sure from what expansion, but that Flygon actually forces you to only activate the effect of attack only activates if it's your Stadium card. If you have a Stadium card in play, you get to discard it and then ignore all effects of attacks, including damage done to your Flygon on your opponent's next turn. So that's the only one. Cast Form as well. You get to discard your opponent's Stadium card to attack with High Pressure Blast, doing 150 damage. And we actually got really frustrated here because we got nothing but Leafeon, no VIP Pass, no Quick Ball, no bench basics. So it's actually quite a bad start for us. We are forced to attach one energy to our Leafeon. We actually got 2 energies though. It's not too bad actually, because we already got 2 energies on the first turn. Playing Greening Cells. That means we just need 1 more energy, and we got a perfect setup right now. They actually got a late start, so that's actually really good. Marnie actually helped us a lot, so we may actually do IV Star right now, kill off the Arceus. I think the best bet though is to Greening Cells on the bench, because that actually helps us prepare for the next attacker, but they may just evolve. If they evolve the Duraludon, we can't damage it anymore. If they evolve the Duraludon, we're done for, because we have a special energy attached. And we can't actually attack. We should have attached the grass energy. I did not realize that. That was stupid. I was actually thinking of benching the Muck. So if they do the Duraludon VMAX, it would have been wiser to do Greening Cells. I think the best bet here is the Greening Cells, because the VMAX actually has 3 energy retreat costs, and we got a Bird Keeper in hand, in sense as well. So we just need to Bird Keeper to the VMAX, and then attach the last energy, the second energy, and we're good to go. So Greening Cells would have helped us done a one-hit knockout on the VMAX. Oh, but we need another evolution though. We got a breeder, but the breeder is not gonna help because we need to play the Bird Keeper. And they just conceded because we did our Leaf Guard. That means we just need a second hit to kill the V card. They haven't evolved, they didn't get anything, so Marnie actually destroyed them. We won Arceus because Marnie destroyed them. And Galarmine actually helped us trap them in the active spot, so they can't use Trinity Charge, they can't use Starbirth, they haven't got the evolution. If they got the V-Star though, if they got the V-Star, they can search for any 2 cards, they can switch and they can do double turbo, but they still can't use Trinity Nova because it's 3 energy attack cost. So it's going to be quite difficult to get round our attackers because we can already do our attacks. We can do Bird Keeper the next turn, so it's definitely smarter to do Greening Cells just now, because Greening Cells prepare us for our Leafeon, and that means we can do Grass Knot on the next turn. Grass Knot to kill off the Arceus, or we got IV Star as well. We can actually kill the Arceus and then slowly build up a Duraludon knockout with our extra copies of Muck. So 1, 2, I don't think they have Air Balloon attached as well. They got 2 energy retreat costs already. That means we just need Galarmine and 1 extra Muck. We just need 1 Muck to be able to knock out the Arceus V-Star. Okay, now we're up against Torterra. Brilliant Stars Torterra with the Evo Press attack. Evo Press doing 50x damage for each evolution card in play. And they got Bibarel as well. Okay. They're playing the Choice Belt. Okay. So we can actually kill it with Leafeon V-Star. I think our best bet here is to attack with the V-Star. And then, you know, guard it from damage, because it has Leaf Guard, does quite a lot to protect itself. If they need 5, they need all 6, my bad. They need all 6 evolutions to be able to knock it out with 300 damage, because 330 is exactly enough if we Leaf Guard ourselves. If they do 300 damage, it's not enough because Leaf Guard is going to protect us. Oh, it's actually enough though, my bad. So they just need 5 evolutions. They just need 4 bench evolution plus the Torterra on the active. Because 270 damage, the Leafeon V-Star is like a weak HP. The weakest, one of the weakest HP. 250 is obviously the weakest. But 260 for V-Star is quite weak. The highest is 280. And we got no extra HP boost for this deck. So we're just going to Galarmine and hope to evolve the VMAX right now. I think if we attack with the VMAX, we can survive a few turns with our Max Leaf. So if we do Max Leaf later, if they don't fan of waves, we can Max Leaf for 30 damage recovery. We don't need to heal right now. Okay. We're just gonna get our Crobat and then discard another one. Let's just remove the Manaphy. They're not sniping our bench. So we're gonna get nothing and then draw 4 cards with our Crobat. We should be evolving the V-Star right now. I'm not sure the V-Star is that smart though, because if we do the VMAX, we can survive a one-hit knockout. But if they kill the VMAX though, we're done, right? So they still need 5 evolutions, and I think it's quite difficult to pull it off, because they're evolving one at a time. They got Beedrill though, Beedrill and Empoleon. So always be prepared for that. So killing the Bibarel is actually really good. That means they are delayed by 1 turn. So if we get a V-Star on the next turn, we are definitely going to kill the Bidoof. If we kill the Bidoof, we can stop them from drawing cards. So that's the best. I think that's the smartest move. The smartest gameplay here would be killing off the Bidoof, because they have very few cards left. If they play like a Bruno or a Cynthia though, I would be quite mad. Because they don't actually need the Bibarel anymore. So they did their first Evo Press for 180, playing 3 evolution cards. So you don't need actually to do a one-hit knockout, because, you know, it's a one-price deck. If it's a one-price deck, you just need to do as much as 180 damage. Just over 160, just in case your opponent healed their Pokemon, to kill a VMAX with 2 hits. Or a V-Star with 2 hits. To kill a V-Star with 1 hit though is actually quite difficult. You need like, you just need 4 though, right? My bad, you need 5. 5 evolutions. Oh, 4 evolutions. Because 270. You gotta do 270. Not enough to knock on the Arceus though. Almost, but not quite enough. So we got Boss, we got IV Star. I think we're just gonna do IV Star right now. We can't draw though, so might as well save IV for the last minute. We're just gonna Boss, attach the energy, Boss, and then Bird Keeper later. They're probably gonna kill us off though. If we do a Boss right now, they got Torterra ready to go. So I don't know what to do here. I think it's smarter just to kill off the Torterra. And then if we kill the Bidoof, they are definitely gonna kill off the VMAX. If we kill the Torterra right now, they may not be able to. They got already enough. Oh, they already got enough evolutions though. So they got 2 evolutions with the Groudon. Groudon for another Groudon, and then second Sundren Shell for another Torterra. They just need 1 energy. So if they get Bibarel, if they got Incense, we're done for. But we have no choice but to kill this one. Because if we kill the Bidoof, then they can attack. It's guaranteed. It's a guaranteed attack on the next turn, right? So they need an evolution Incense for the energy. If they don't get an Incense from the top deck, or if they don't have an Incense in their hand, they can't do the what's it called again? Industrious Incisor for 5 cards. They can't draw the energy card out. And no energy means they can't attack. And let's hope we get to survive 1 turn. If Leafeon survives 1 turn, then we get to kill the Bidoof the next turn. And then hopefully they don't get... If we kill the Bidoof again... Oh, they actually passed the turn. Okay, we're gonna kill the Bidoof right now. If they don't get the supporter card, let's hope they don't get it. Then we actually get to stop them from attacking again. They may just get an energy from the top deck though. So that's our only hope, I suppose. If we kill the Groudon though, that means they need 2 more energies. So are we gonna kill the Groudon or are we gonna kill the Bidoof? I think we should be killing the Groudon because they got 1 energy already attached. They got the Sundren Shell, double, they got double search. So double search is bad because they may even do a triple search with the 3rd Groudon. I think that was the 4th one because we knocked out a Torterra. So that was the 4th Groudon. They actually got triple search right now. They got to search for another Groudon, a Cherrim, and a Torterra, or even a Bibarel. So that's super bad. I think Bibarel is gonna help them here. They're probably gonna do a Bibarel. Rare Candy, and then search for a Bibarel. Look at that. They got Bibarel for 3 cards, and that actually helped them a lot. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Elusive Master. And they're gonna get their supporter cards now. It's gonna be bad. Bruno, Cynthia is gonna be horrible. Choice Belt. Spring Bloom, oh my god. Cynthia, there we go. 8 cards. Draw 8 cards. Oh my god. Draw 8 cards. Madness. If we win this deck though, it would be we would be working a miracle. It would be working a miracle to kill, to, you know, to defeat a Torterra deck. A 1-price Torterra deck with our VMAX V-Star. I mean, we should be facing off VMAX or V-Star decks with our Leafeon, because Leafeon is supposed to do a 1-hit knockout against high HP Pokemons, but it's not built against 1-price decks, that's for sure. So if we win against a 1-price, it would be quite a disgrace for them, a big fat disgrace, because they actually got quite a good setup, I would say. I don't think they got that good of a setup though, but they need VIP pass to get a good setup, but I suppose they're trading those cards for more copies of the Groudon and more ways of drawing cards with the Bibarel, I suppose. Okay, we got our Garbodor. Because VIP only works for the first turn, and if they snipe your Pokemon, if they do like Mimikyu VMAX, they can actually kill off the bench quite easily, 2 at a time. So I suppose that's why it's so... because Cherrim is actually 50 HP. Cherrim is quite weak. So let's do our Bird Keeper. Let's hope we get the energy. We should be getting the energy. Thank God. And we can actually poison do the knockout, because 180 is not actually enough. Torterra is 190 HP, the highest stage 2 HP there is. 𝘿𝐿𝐴 from Sword and Shield is actually 190 as well. So the first ever high HP stage 2 card from Sword and Shield, same as the starter 𝘿𝐿𝐴. So Poisonous Puddle for 10 extra damage, thank God. And we got a Torterra knockout with Leaf Guard. We gotta think about the next attacker. Yeah, Beedrill, very annoying. How much can they do though for the next one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think they can knock us out for the next one. They can actually do a 1-hit knockout on the next turn. They got a choice belt. They just need another evolution, right? They just need to evolve the Cherrim, and then we're dead. $300 damage, 330. Sorry. Isn't it 5? Yeah, 330, my bad. So the max they can do is actually 360. Oh no, it's 50x, my bad. So 250 damage. The max they can do is 300. 330 is the max damage they can do with a choice belt. Okay, so they can do 280 damage right now. They need another evolution. Fingers crossed they can't get the Beedrill, the second Beedrill, or Inteleon. They need to discard a lot of things though. They need to remove a lot of cards from their hand, and they just decided to kill the Leafeon. Oh my god, this is bad. We should have evolved the VMAX, but if we evolve though, we can't actually attack on the next turn. So I don't think we have a choice but to leave it as the basic. Okay, they got 2 prize. They just need a final boss to kill us. So if they got a boss or double evolution on the next turn, we are so screwed. They need to rod back the Groudon though, or get a rare candy and another Torterra. I think this is the 3rd Torterra. So they need to rod. They definitely need to play a rod. Let's just kill off the active, and then fingers crossed they don't get double evolution. We decided not to play a Marnie because they could just play a Beedrill. If they do a Beedrill, we're done for. Marnie is gonna help them play a Beedrill, right? So let's do a Bird Keeper just in case they boss out a stall. If they do a boss stall, then we can actually retreat. They may not have enough energies left, even with a Cherrim, because they're playing so many Pokemon cards, right? Stage 2, 4 Grottles, Stage 1 Cherrim, Stage 1 Bibarel, and Beedrill as well. So a lot of Pokemon cards, a lot of tool cards and trainer as well. So fingers crossed they don't get the energies on the next turn. But they got so many cards in their hand though. If they pull a boss order, we're done. If they can bench a Bibarel, we're done. So they have 3 Groudons. They actually have no more Groudons in the deck. I'm not sure how many Torterras they have. I think all discarded because they actually have 1 inactive. Okay, they search with the capture energy. They're assessing their deck, analyzing the situation. So either boss order is gonna help them, but if they boss, they can't draw any more cards. If they don't get the grass energy, they're done. And that's it. If they get the grass, we're dead. If they get the grass, we're dead. They just need a grass energy to kill off anything. That was really close though. Oh, they didn't get the grass energy. We got the Bird Keeper and we won. No grass energy, look at that. Because it was too late in the game and they didn't get the rod in time. And they couldn't draw. If they pull a boss, they can't draw. So they couldn't do the last attack and we actually got the final knockout. Let's just kill off the Torterra because we can. They got no pot helmet. That means we get to do a raw 180 damage with Leaf Guard, plus 10 damage with Poisonous Puddle, and that actually knocks out the Torterra. For the last prize, we won Torterra, guys. We won a 1-prize Brilliant Stars meta deck. Look at that. A meta Torterra, Cherrim, and Bibarel deck. With 1 Bibarel. I think 1 or 2 copies. Probably 2 copies. Okay, we got Trubbish to start with. They're playing a Yveltal deck box and an EV deck sleeve. Wonder what they're playing. We got boss, we got 2 VIP passes. Wow. That's a luxury. We're gonna get Bird Keeper with Lumineon. If we go second, we're probably gonna do Lumineon for Bird Keeper. There we go. We go second, that's great. That's the ideal. That's so good though. That's delicious. Because now we get to Bird Keeper, VIP pass, and an attack on the next turn. Oh, we're actually up against Leafeon. Leafeon versus Leafeon. They got a Zigzagoon though. Very odd. Weird choice of cards. Okay, Zigzagoon and oh, I see. So 240 damage with Grass Knot, and then plus 30 with your Choice Belt, plus 10 more damage to do a VSTAR knockout. So Zigzagoon is there for a reason. To kill VSTARs. Okay, we actually have a quite different strategy though. So instead of Choice Belt Zigzagoon, we have our support poison types to add damage, to add retreat cost so that we get to do more damage with Grass Knot. So let's get another Leafeon, and then maybe just Lumineon for, yeah, we need to leave a bench spot for Lumineon. We don't need to secure another Trubbish because we get to retreat right now. Save our Trubbish from a knockout unless they boss. So there's always a risk element to it, right? If they boss, we can't poison, we can't do a 1-hit knockout. If we can kill the Leafeon with 1 hit though, that would be ideal. But you never know, anything can happen. The active is gonna get knocked out though. The active could possibly get knocked out on the next turn. So let's just attach the bench. They just need to evolve retreat because they already got 2 energies. They need a Galar Mine obviously. Galar Mine, evolve retreat. So no shady dealings though. They're playing Star Bloom. They're playing Shaymin. Shaymin V-Star with Leafeon, Choice Belt, and Zigzagoon. That's so cool. The new Shaymin from Brilliant Stars. So we have our Muck from Brilliant Stars instead. So this is definitely a very interesting riff-off. Very interesting face-off between Leafeon V-Star and Leafeon VMAX. They probably have the V-Star as well, definitely. So Leafeon versus Leafeon. Choice Belt is going to help us a lot though. If we have like 1 or 2 copies, we need experience share, kind of. If we don't have experience share, we can't do much. So maybe Raihan and Choice Belt? I don't know. Raihan is not that powerful though, because you need to get it at just the right time. You don't get to just attach and pass the turn. But experience share is not that good because they can always play a Tool Scrapper, as we all know. And they just killed off our first basic. That's horrible. They got the first 2 prize, but we actually get to collect 3 prize right now. Look at that. Look at the magic right now. We get to play the magic. We get to work the magic with double muck. If we get another muck, we get to do it. Let's hope we can do it. I mean, oh, we don't need another muck. We can actually kill it off right now. Because it has 2 energy retreat costs. That means we have up to 5 energy on the Leafeon right now. So that means that's a total of 300 damage plus Poisonous Puddle. That's 10 extra damage. So that's already enough. We got another energy on the V card. We got Experience Share. We got Poison. Don't forget to poison their active. If it's not poisoned, you don't get to add that extra colorless on their retreat cost with Muck. So Muck's ability doesn't work unless their active is poisoned. So 300 just enough. We don't need another evolution. Thank God. Leafeon is only 310 HP. No big charm, no HP boost. And we got 3 prize. Look at that. They got their first prize with the first hit, and we got the first 3 prize with the first hit. So 2 versus 3. We just need to kill something else. We can't kill anything really. We got Galarmine already. Prepared and ready to go. We're gonna evolve the VSTAR for the next one. We may fare better at playing another VMAX though. If we play another VMAX, we can do 1-hit knockout. We can actually do 1-hit knockout all the way for this deck against I think that's better because they have Star Bloom. They are healing their Pokemons. So our best bet is to do 1-hit knockout all the way with another VMAX if we can get it out. I don't think we get to play Bird Keeper for the next turn. Because we need to evolve. So we can't draw cards. So let's just do a boss. If we do a boss though, that means... Let's hope they Ivy Star. If they Ivy Star, we can actually play a Bird Keeper. If we do a boss on the Leafeon, we're giving them extra damage with the Shaymin, right? Shaymin can actually do a lot of damage with Revenge Blast. 5 prize cards, 200, 320. So you can knock out the VMAX. Okay, they conceded. So Shaymin Star, I forgot what's the attack. Revenge Blast, I think. Revenge Blast does 120 base damage plus 40 more for each prize card on your opponent's that your opponent has taken. So if we took 5 prize cards, they can do a VMAX knockout with 320 damage. They need a Choice Belt though to kill 𝑘𝐻𝐿 or something like that. Duraludon. Okay. So I think it's better to just kill the Shaymin just now. Kill off the Shaymin and then deal with the Leafeon V-Star later. I don't think they can even damage us on that turn. So we got a Bird Keeper to save from the Ivy Star boss or the stall. They may just Ivy Star and Marnie at the same time, then we can't actually use the Bird Keeper anymore. So you never know what's gonna happen. Okay, let's just focus on this game. They're playing Mellow Meta right now. Fusion Strike deck. Okay. It's actually quite scary. I'm not sure how we're gonna win a Fusion Strike deck. If they play Fusion Strike Energy, it's gonna be super bad for us. We have no Fan of Waves, so all the ability doesn't work. We can't poison them. We can't add their retreat cost. We can't do extra damage. Mew has 0 energy retreat cost as well. So we can only do 240 max, even without the Fusion Strike Energy. Otherwise, we're gonna have to rely on the Leaf Guard and the Max Leaf to do a 2-hit knockout. We can actually boss Ivy Star the Genesect though. We can IV the Genesect to do a 2-price knockout with our Galarmine. We just need a Galarmine because it's actually 2 energy retreat unless they have an Air Balloon. So if it's if they have Elisa, if they play Elisa on the Genesect and the Mew, they can actually protect it from the Poisonous Puddle extra retreat, and they can actually do an Air Balloon on it as well, and that means we can't kill the Genesect anymore. So Air Balloon, Elisa to protect the Genesect from knockout, but they just bench another Mew. So they need to bench a lot of things though. So if they have another Genesect, we can actually kill the extra Genesect for 2 prize. So we got the first prize right now. Meloetta. They actually pass the turn not attacking, so no Elisa is actually good news. No Meloetta. Okay, we actually got our VMAX. We just need to hope for an energy card with our Bird Keeper. If we get it, we get to kill for the first prize right now. I mean, we got a lot of energies, we should be getting it. No energies, let's do a Crobat. We got double evolution, we got our experience share. I don't think we get to play it though. We should be saving it. So let's do our Galar Mine, and then Ultra Ball to discard maybe the experience share. Get a Crobat. We need the energies bad. So let's just play the Galar Mine right now. Draw 5 cards. Maybe capture another Leafeon. No capture. We got a Quick Ball though. Okay, they can actually quite easily pull off a VMAX knockout. If they got Elisa, they can't actually do double turbo though, because it's going to reduce damage. So let's just prepare another Leafeon just in case they do a one-hit knockout. They got Choice Belt and Power Tablet to do extra damage, so they need 3 Power Tablets and 1 Choice Belt to kill off the VMAX. So we got our first prize, that's great. That means we just need 1 VMAX knockout and 1 Genesect knockout to collect the win. So it's always important to calculate the situation from the get-go. The situation actually gave us a first prize on the first hit. That means we have to be smart enough to target the Genesect with either VSTAR or Boss Order. If they attach the special energy, we can't do VSTAR on the Genesect. So we have to actually hit twice though. We have to hit the Mew twice. That means we need the Boss Order. I don't think we have a Boss Order for this list. So this is the turning point. This is the game which I decided to add Boss Order into the list. You'll see later why, because VSTAR doesn't work for the Mew. If they retreat the Mew, then you can't actually do VSTAR on the VMAX. You can't kill the VMAX with a second hit. And you need to target the same VMAX to draw your first 3 prize. To get the 3 prize for the win, because you can't actually you can't kill the VMAX, you know, without with the VSTAR. And you need to VSTAR the Genesect. That means you need to Boss Order twice. You either need 2 Boss Order or 1 Leafeon and 1 Boss Order. 1 VSTAR, 1 VSTAR power and the boss effect. Okay, they got 2 Genesects. That means they need 2 air balloons to avoid the knockout. I don't think they have that many. I don't think they can attach that fast. Or even have the foresight to attach them until they need it. I don't think they're expecting a Genesect knockout anytime soon. We have 5 prize cards though, so they should be protecting it if they're smart. There we go, Fusion Strike Energy. That means we don't get to use Poisonous Puddle. Sludge Street doesn't work. Nothing works against the Mew VMAX. Your abilities are all nullified. 0 ability. And they just bossed our Garbodor, which is horrible. We're stuck now. Completely stuck. We have no choice but to do that one. We should actually evolve. So no effect, there we go. We should evolve the VSTAR right now, if we can. I'm not sure if that's smart though. If we don't evolve, they're definitely gonna Boss Order kill off the VMAX, right? Sorry, kill off the Leafeon if it doesn't evolve. Okay, we're gonna do a Marnie. They're probably gonna draw anyways. So Marnie doesn't have no effect on the Genesect deck. Even if it gives them a good hand, they're secured a good hand with that Fusion Strike System ability. Okay, we're gonna Greening Cells and we're gonna Incense for a VSTAR actually. If we did, oh dear, we didn't evolve. So not evolving is the biggest mistake, as you'll see later, because they can do a Leafeon knockout right now. They can Genesect for another boss, and then, or even a Cross Switcher. If they have a Cross Switcher, they can retreat with the Mew. Oh, they can't though, they need a Stadium card. So either a cross switcher with a Stadium or another boss to target the Leafeon. They don't even need the power tablet. They don't need a choice belt. They don't need anything. They just need a basic energy and or an Elisa. They actually attach double turbo though, so they can still use the Techno Blast for 190 damage. Techno Blast means they need a choice belt or a power tablet. So they need a lot of pieces though. They probably have 4 copies of those cards though, like 3 choice belt and 4 power tablet. I mean, if they don't get it by now, it would be pretty ridiculous. 7 copies of those item cards with your Fusion Strike system, so many draws, is impossible not to get those cards. So if they get the boss, we're done. If they so much as get another boss, we are so dead. No boss, thank God. Okay. We got a Bird Keeper. We should be killing off, damaging the Mew right now. Okay, let's do a Max Leaf and evolve the VSTAR. I don't think we evolved. I think we kept it as the basic. That was a big mistake. But even if we evolve though, they can quite easily knock us out. They just need 2 power tablets and a choice belt. Because they have a double turbo. If they attack with the second Mew, they can't actually retreat though. They need to sacrifice the double turbo to retreat. Because we have a Galar Mine. Quite a surprise that they don't have Stadium cards in their deck. You need Stadium cards for Genesect, because if they play Path, you can't use your ability. So I think it's quite silly of them not to play Genesect. Not to play Stadium cards, my bad. They may just be unlucky not to get it though. So we have no choice but to play Max Leaf, because Grass Knot is only doing 120 damage. Poisonous Puzzle doesn't work, Sludge Street doesn't work. We actually didn't evolve. If we evolve though, they could quite easily pull off a VSTAR knockout. So I don't think there's any point avoiding the knockout. If we don't evolve right now, we can actually evolve a third Leafeon. We have another Leafeon inside the deck, so we just need to capture the last one and then evolve the VSTAR on the next turn, on the following turn. And after that, somehow kill off the Genesect. It's gonna be quite difficult though, because we need to IV Star the Genesect and then knock it out with our Grass Knot. So that means we need to attack with Leafeon VMAX while doing the IV Star, so that's gonna be quite impossible. Unless if we do a boss on the Genesect, then we can actually IV Star the Mew, and then Leaf Guard to collect the knockout. So that's our best bet, I suppose. But we don't have a boss in this deck list, as I mentioned, so that's why I decided to add that card. Boss is so essential, because if they play Fusion Strike Energy, if they play Path to the Peak, you can't use your IV Star. We don't have to worry about Path, but IV Star doesn't work for Mew right now, because they have the Fusion Strike Energy. So we can't actually collect the knockout, can we? And they don't have the evolution. That means they are forced to attack with the same VMAX, giving us a knockout on the next turn. But they actually didn't knock us out. They couldn't do enough damage, because they chose to use Melodious Echo. That was quite stupid. They did Melodious Echo instead of Technoblast. I mean, they're dying. They're gonna die the next turn, so why not use a Technoblast? They forgot about Double Turbo, because if they don't have Double Turbo, they can actually do 200 damage, exactly enough to knock us out. With 1 Power Tablet and 1 Choice Belt, I suppose they are trying to conserve the amount of cards that they are doing. Because if you're playing Power Tablet, might as well do Melodious Echo, right? If you can do the knockout. But they can't actually do it. It wasn't actually enough. There's no point conserving though, because you're gonna die the next turn. They can't do Technoblast on the next turn, because it's gonna be dead. We're gonna do another Max Leaf. So it's gonna be quite difficult for them, because we just need to IV Star the Genesect now, right? If they gave us that VMAX knockout, that means if it's in the active spot, that means we just need to IV Star the Genesect, and that's it. Ivysaur, Grass Knot, and they're done. They can't actually retreat without a double turbo on the Genesect because we have the Stadium card. I mean, they should be playing Stadium cards, right? They should be getting Stadium cards by now if they are playing them. You can't go without Stadiums for your Genesect. Okay, we got another Grimer. So we're up against Dracozolt. We have to do a one-hit knockout. They actually have 3 energy retreat costs though, so it's quite easy to do a one-hit knockout. If they can't actually evolve on the first turn, we got a Bird Keeper. If they don't play a Marnie right now, they are so dead. They are so dead. We don't even need a Galar Mine. Because we got our evolutions. They gave us a Stadium card. So now we don't need a Galar. I forgot you actually need a Stadium card. So Poisonous Puddle doesn't work unless you have a Stadium card in play. So that means we get to poison them and we get to evolve the Muck. We just need to Bird Keeper. We even got an Incense for the VMAX. So they're dead. If they don't play a Marnie, they're so dead. They can't evolve on the first turn. They need to bench another one though. Path to the peak. Too late on the path. Oh, we can't play a bird now. We can't draw cards with Bird Keeper, but it's still enough. We don't need to draw anymore. We got Shauna, but we don't need to do anything. We just need to evolve because we got already enough energy retreat cost to do a knockout. They got 3 energies. They got 3 retreat costs. That means we just need to add one more. And they actually have a big charm. That means we get to do exactly enough. We get to do 240 damage plus 10 with poison. The perfect, just the right amount to kill off the Dracozolt. Look at that. Perfect math. Precisely enough to kill off a V card. 240 plus 10 damage. I'm actually checking a lot of times, but it's enough. And they can't heal. It's a heal deck for sure. So Dracozolt is dead. There's not many fighting decks out there though, other than your single strike Urshifu, so that's why Dracozolt is still hogging the game. Not many fighting VMAX or VSTAR. There's gonna be Lucario on the next set, Lucario VSTAR. So Dracozolt better be watching out. You better watch out, Dracozolt. You're gonna get kicked off the format. There's gonna be a new boss in town. Lucario VSTAR and Darkrai. Darkrai VSTAR with Dark Patch. The new Greninja Zoroark, doing 30x damage for each darkness energy attached to all of your Pokemon. And Dark Patch. I don't think there's a Dark Patch for Sun and Moon. There's a Dark Patch for Sword and Shield, but none for Sun and Moon. So it's a bit more difficult for Sun and Moon players to charge up their, unless you're playing Expanded of course. For the old standard in Sun and Moon format, standard format Sun and Moon, is a bit more difficult to play Zoroark unless you use the GX attack with extra energies attached to your tag team. Okay, they're playing Kyogre and we got our Manaphy on the first turn versus a Kyogre deck. Look at that. How lucky is that? We got Quick Ball for the Manaphy though. Quick Ball VIP pass, so it's not that impossible to get it out. If we don't, if they are playing a bench snipe, make sure you get your Manaphy with your VIP. So we got 4 VIP, 4 Quick Ball. I think it's very easy to summon our basic on the first turn. If we don't do it on the first turn, we can do it on the second. They can't actually attack on the first turn. They have to use Element Chain. If they go second though, they still can't attack on the first turn. So we got actually 2 turns to somehow... we got 2 turns to bench the Manaphy. So the first attack is not going to do damage to us. Their first attack, unless they attack with Kyogre first. And they can't attack without using Element Chain, right? So they need Escape Rope now. Marnie is going to help us a lot because it's going to reset their hand. Fingers crossed they don't get a Sonia or Quick Ball. They're actually playing Groudon as well, so Groudon is gonna help them a lot against our VMAX water fighting deck box. That means Groudon is gonna do a one-hit knockout. Okay, they got the Sonia, super bad. So we should be doing our V-Star. IV-Star, Leaf Guard, kill off the Groudon. That's the best bet here. Let's do it. Let's do our Crobat right now. Get another Leafeon. I don't think we should be bothered about a Grimer. I mean, we don't need it, right? We don't need to do that much damage. We just need a Galar Mine. We don't even need the Galar Mine though. Grass Knot is enough. So Leaf Guard is the best, you know, is gonna help us a lot. So let's just do our Lumineon. Crobat's not gonna draw us anything. We're just gonna do research. Research for a V-Star. Or we can even do a boss. If we do a boss right now, we can kill off the Groudon because it's weak towards Grass type. We just need 90 damage. Are we gonna boss? I don't think so, because we have a V-Star inside the deck. We should be getting an Incense or an Ultra Ball. Anything to get the V-Star out. We got 7 draw. I think it's not that. I don't think it's that difficult. We didn't get it though. Oh my goodness. We didn't manage to get the V-Star. Okay. So since we're not doing a knockout this turn, let's just charge up the next Leafeon. Let's Greeting Cells on the bench. Prepare for the attack. Should have done a boss order. Should have done a Crobat actually. If we did a Crobat, we can do a supporter card. Because we actually drew so many supporter with that stupid research. I mean, Crobat is better than Lumineon. Sometimes. Unless it's like mid-stage of the game and you got a lot of cards in your hand, you need to find a specific supporter like Raihan or Boss, then Lumineon is going to help you, or even Bird Keeper. Raihan, Boss, Bird, that's what Lumineon is for. That 3 specific trainer card, or even, sorry, supporter card, or even your Marnie. If your opponent has like a super big hand, you can Marnie with your Lumineon. Or if they have a scoop up net, if they scoop up their Inteleon, you want them to not get the same cards back, you can actually Marnie at just the right time. Okay, we're gonna research, discard the Leafeon because we don't need it anymore. We're gonna get the V-Star out this turn. No V-Star still though. What is happening? That's madness, yo. Got no V-Star for 2 turns. No Evolution Incense. That's not fair. What's happening? No Incense. They didn't get Escape Rope though. They got nothing. So I suppose it's the same for both players. I mean, we better be getting it now. We played 2 research already. This is our 3rd one. If we don't get it, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna like flip out. I'm gonna totally flip out. So we're gonna rot 1 energy back, discard this one. Let's just attach 1. I don't think we need to discard it. Okay, let's do a research for another 7 draw. We drew 21 cards now. If we don't get an Incense, I'm gonna flip out. We got 2 Incense and 1 V-Star, 1 VMAX. Finally, it's all stuck at the bottom, for God's sake. And we finally did a Groudon knockout. That's the most dangerous card in format. Sorry, the most dangerous card that we are facing up against. So now they need to do Cyogonal. They need to get more Groudons onto the bench. That's their only hope to win the game. If they do enough Magma, I forgot what was the attack. Magma Storm or something. Magma Quake. I forgot. So if they do Groudon enough times, they can do a triple knockout. They just need to kill a V-Star, a VMAX, and another any one card. They can kill anything with a Groudon. They just need to somehow charge it up. If they can bench 2 Groudon this turn, then they can win quite easily. They got no Groudon, look at that. They're done. No Groudon means they're done. They're so done. They just gave us the Cryo. They should have just... Oh, I think that's actually smarter, because Cryo actually means you get to compress your deck. You get to remove those energy cards from your deck, which actually increases the chances of you top decking. It's only the top deck though. You only get to draw one card on your next turn. So if you drew a Pokemon, then you at least get to charge up your Groudon. If you drew a Volcarona, I don't think they have Volcarona though, because I don't see any fire energies. They can actually do a Volcarona and Groudon. So 2 Groudon, 1 Volcarona is all they need. Right, killing one at a time, so it's actually quite slow for us. So they have all the time in the world to get their Sonia, to Cryogonal, to Element Chain on the Groudon. All they need is 2 Groudon and 1 Volcarona to knock us out. We're running out of our boss, we're running out of VSTAR. So if they bench another Groudon, we need to kill the second one. They just play a Gloria. So Gloria for the Cryo, and then right now they need to retreat. Oh, they can't actually retreat though, look at that. They got 5 energy retreat cost. They can retreat, but they need to discard everything. So they chose not to retreat, but they actually needed to. So we're just gonna kill the Cryo. Instead of killing the Groudon, now we get to kill the Cryo. Killing off their energy supply, that means they don't get to do Groudon that easily. If they get another one with a quick ball though, we're done. So Gloria instead of Sonia. Sonia helps you get the energy though, but I don't think you need Sonia, right? Gloria for a Kyogre deck, quite smart, isn't it? Sonia gets you the energy just in case you get the wrong type in your hand. But Gloria gets you an additional bench card. An additional Pokemon on the bench. Okay, we got no more boss, but they got no Cryo, so we're safe. We just need 2 more knockouts, and it's impossible for them now. They need to kill 3 Pokemons, and they're done. They need 3 strikes, we just need 2 more strikes. If they kill the Leafeon VMAX though, we need to attack with another one. So we need to think about preparing the next VMAX if they kill the V-Star right now, and if they somehow manage to kill the VMAX on the next turn consecutively. But they didn't get the Cryo, they didn't get the Volcarona, they didn't get the experience share. It's done. Volcarona needs fire energy though, and they can't experience share for the Groudon, so I don't think there's any way they can win. Because we have 2 prize cards left. Okay, down to 1 now, 6-1. They can't even draw a single prize card, look at that. We crushed a Kyogre Groudon deck so hard. We destroyed them so hard, guys. I'm so happy because this used to be a broken deck. This used to be such a broken deck. You get to do a OHKO with your Groudon, and you get to do a double KO on the bench with your Kyogre. A double knockout with the super broken Aqua Storm attack. And then you get your Magma. Forgot the attack again, sorry guys. But the Magma attack, doing Team Magma's Groudon. 1-hit KO on a VMAX. Crazy, crazy combo. Cryogonal to charge up both legendary Pokemons from Celebrations. Okay. I think the only hope of winning against a Groudon Kyogre deck before the rotation, before Brilliant Star's release, is to boss order, is to boss a lot of times, because they actually need to pass the turn doing Element Chain. If you boss though, they can Element Chain a second time. They can just like Rod. I don't think they're playing Rod though. I don't think they have Rods. They need to play a lot of energies and basic summons. So if you boss consistently, you can actually kill off the Groudon before they charge it up, or before they attack with it. They actually need to pass the turn using Element Chain. That means you have like 1 or 2 turns to boss. 1 turn to boss 1, and then on the next turn, they Element Chain again, or if they attack with the second Groudon, you can kill off the Groudon and then boss the next one after the second Element Chain. So you can boss the next one after each time they use the Element Chain attack. But they have Volcarona though, so that's like crazy, isn't it crazy? Before Menifee was out, that deck is impossible. It's impossible to defeat Groudon Kyogre unless you get like Urshifu maybe? Urshifu is not enough though, because it's only 120 damage. And they have that 10 extra HP remaining. So you need Urshifu Orbital or Urshifu Zigzagoon, which is quite impossible. Unless you do it fast though. You can actually do Zigzagoon or Orbital on your second turn and then Rapid Flow to kill off everything. Not everything, but 2 Pokemons, which is a lot considering we are playing Sonia. They can't play Gloria. So let's just focus on this game right now. They're playing Urshifu, Rapid Strike, and we got our VIP pass. We actually chose not to bench anything. Oh, it's our second turn, my bad. It's our second turn, we can't play the VIP anymore. And we did a Grass Knot killing off a Sobble without any buffs, without any retreat buff. And they played a Raihan. Oh my goodness. Now they can target our bench. We got no Manaphy. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Raihan, we should not have knocked out the Sobble because they got Darkness Energy attached to it. I don't think they're playing Melanie because they have Raihan. And they got the Drizzile for the Incense. They're probably gonna do... I mean, they should do it, right? They should be doing the VMAX, GMAX Rapid Flow. Because they have a Passimian. That means they actually can kill the Lumineon with a Quick Shoot on the next turn. So this is super bad. If they Quick Shoot the next turn, Lumineon is dead. 150 damage, isn't that madness? If they don't do Rapid Flow though, we can actually... No Rapid Flow, look at that, isn't that a big surprise? They got Passimian but they decided not to do a Rapid Flow. I don't think you can pass the turn not doing a Rapid Flow. They may not have Incense inside the deck, it could be in the prize card. How many Incense do they have though, right? They may play Great Ball, I don't know. Okay, we're just gonna research to get our Manaphy. We need that card out fast. And we got it, we got Manaphy, they're done. They actually gave us 1 turn to search for that bench barrier, and they're so that Water Veil. It's actually Water Veil. And we're just gonna do... we can actually knock it out though, so we can't actually do Max Leaf. We're forced to do our Grass Knot. If we don't knock it out now, they're gonna heal. They're gonna evolve and do Rapid Flow on the next turn. They can still do Rapid Flow though, with another Raihan and Evolution. They got no Auxiliary, but they got Shady Dealings to help them. So let's just do our Rod for the Garbodor, because we can't do a VMAX knockout without the Garbodor. So they got up to 5 energy retreat cost with 1 Muck. We need another Muck to kill the second Urshifu, the VMAX, with 1 hit. So it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while to bench another Grimer. And I don't think we can kill the second Urshifu that easily. So let's just bench another Leafeon. I don't think we have the space for another Grimer though. Let's bench another Leafeon. Do Max Leaf this turn. And then attack with the second one to collect the knockout. And they just did a boss though. Are they gonna play the boss? Probably gonna kill the Manaphy. If they kill the Manaphy, we got 2 turns to attack with Leafeon, because they can't kill Leafeon with 1 hit unless they do like a Choice Belt. Oh, they can actually do it though, Choice Belt. But if we heal with Max Leaf, they can't do a Choice Belt knockout. Because 180 damage is not enough. We have 12 damage counters on Leafeon. That means we have 10 HP remaining, and they need the Quick Shoot Inteleon to collect the knockout. That means we got 2 more hits. We get to strike twice. We get to attack 2 more times with our VMAX until they can earn back the same turn though. They can do Quick Shoot to get an extra turn, essentially an extra knockout. So they have 6 prize cards remaining, so we actually get to knock out this Urshifu right now. Let's just get another Leafeon, bench another one to prepare for the next one, because this one is dying. If they somehow rare candy, they can kill it the next turn. And they just conceded because Urshifu is dying this turn and we got 1 prize remaining. They got 6 prizes. So that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Have a great day and bye for now, lovely people. Enjoy your life.